Dear friends, Shabbat Shalom. So here's the story of the week, and this is actually one of my favorite stories in all my years as a Moel. And the title is The Brit Milah of Anakin Skywalker, the Brit Milah of Star Wars. And then you can decide if he was Jewish or not, and what do you think about it. You can make your own conclusions. About 2.5 years ago, a lady calls me and she says, Rabbi, I would like you to do a circumcision for my son, but I don't want to do any blessings or any ceremonies. So I said, why not? She says, because I'm Jewish, and she had an Israeli accent, so she says, I'm Jewish, but my husband follows Hinduism, and we don't believe in making anybody suffer, so we don't want to celebrate it, so we have to do, but no blessing. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm saying he's a Jewish baby, he needs a bris, and I'm gonna come and we'll see how we'll figure it out. I always carry with me in my trunk, I always carry a full pack with everything that I may need for a Brit Milah, a bottle of wine and vodka, whiskey, there's a clothes in the trunk. Anyway, so I said, okay, I'm gonna come and we'll see what happens. We're gonna make it work somehow. I was praying to Hashem that I should be able to do the proper Brit Milah to this baby. So I get to the house and I come up with a bottle of wine. The father of the baby comes to meet me. He's a huge, tall guy. I would say 7 feet tall. He's tattooed all over. And he has a very strong Australian accent. And he says to me, Rabbi, so happy to see you. So I said, yeah, first we have to say cheers, l'chaim, and congratulations on your baby. I come into the house, I open the bottle of wine, I serve everybody l'chaim, and they already lower their guard. And I said, I looked at him in the eye and I said, your baby is a Jewish baby and he needs a bris, and the proper way to do a bris is with a ceremony with blessings, so he could become part of Am Yisrael. So he says to me, he looks at me with a smile and he says, Rabbi, do whatever you need to do. We're here for you, do it. I was so excited. I run to the car, I bring the pillow, I bring a talit, tefillin, and I put it on her father, who is an Israeli. He also, obviously he wanted the Brit Milah. He put it on and he was so excited. He was tears coming out of his eyes. She also got into it and she was excited, and everything is going beautiful. And as soon as we finished the circumcision, I started the blessing with the wine, and I said, I get to the part of the name, Ve'yikareh Shemo B'Yisrael, and his name is going to be, so I said, what's his name? So he says, Rabbi, his name is Anakin. So he said, who's Anakin? I'm not a Star Wars fan, sorry guys. So I don't even know. So he's like, who's Anakin? So he's like, what do you mean who's Anakin? He's from Star Wars. So I said, okay, fine. Why would you name your child? I said, is he a good guy or a bad guy? That was the first question. Is he good? So he says to me, well, he had the potential to become good. He was good as a child. He was raised good. And then he turned into Darth Vader. So I said, how can you name your child after somebody who didn't turn out good, who had a bad energy? So he says, okay, fine, I'll take it. What do you think his name should be? No, first I said, why would you name your son after a character of Star Wars? I said, Rabbi, are you kidding? We're super freaks. Today is actually the day that the new movie came out. And then he says, look around. And then all of a sudden, my eyes are open and I look around the house and it's like a Star Wars museum. He had the full Darth Vader guy, and the little robot, and you can see that I'm not such a knowledgeable in Star Wars stuff, but my son would kill me for this. But yeah, he was so then I said to him, we have to give him the name of somebody good, and he needs a Hebrew name. So he says to me, okay, Rabbi, what should his name be? I close my eyes and I pray to Hashem and I say, Hashem, what should this baby's name be? And he came to me and I said, his name is going to be Aharon. The guy, the non-Jewish, the father, looks at me and he says, Rabbi, I love the name. So I said, what is it? He's like, that is my father's name who just passed away. And he was like so excited. So we see that the name comes from the Shamayim. And and Baruch Hashem, then I gave him a paper that they had to sign that they were going to send him to Hebrew school when he's 5 years old, and he did sign, and I said, you don't have to give me anything, you just have to make sure that he goes. So what I want to tell you is that from the Parsha of the week, Hashem called the name of Hoshea Yehoshua, and he changed his name because that will change his energy in order so he could become Yehoshua bin Nun. He could be strong and not to speak negative about the land of Israel, and he could become the future leader of Am Yisrael. So Shabbat Shalom to all of you, and may Hashem give you the blessing that your children should bring out the connection with their name and what their name represents, and they should illuminate the entire family and the entire Am Yisrael. Shabbat Shalom.